Good morning, guys. I shot this video a couple days ago. Audio didn't come out very good on it, so I thought I'd give it another go in the shop with it nice and quiet. This is the little talk about the Festool CT Midi Vac. I also wanted to hopefully make it where you could see a little better what's here, as well as I got the rest of the cleaning kit parts together. This vac is a full HEPA unit vac. So, safe for lead paint, that type of thing. That's what I use it for primarily. Sand, everything. This vac has been fantastic for me. The HEPA filter's right here in the bottom of the top unit. And all you do is release the green deal. With Festool, anything green opens. So there's the filter, and it comes right out of here. If you're going to change it, obviously this will come right out. But replacing it, pretty much just as easy. Drop it back in, snap, there you go. They last quite a while though, as long as you change your bags. Unless you're using the long life bags. Sometimes with the long life bags, with the zippers and everything, you can end up getting more trash into that area. The Vac bags themselves are snapped right down into the bottom here. They have two little clips right here, and they'll lift right out. This one's about half full, but it tells you right on the bag, you know, open it, spread it out in the bottom, has a little rubber seal right here. When you go to take it out and throw it away, this will come over, you can get rid of it there. But this just goes in on one side, press down, click, there you go. And snap this right back in the top. That little end sticks down in that rubber grommet. Snap these two in, and you've got a new bag rolling. Great little vac. I run it a lot here with my RTS 400 sander. Just one of my favorite little sanders here as well. This vac has manual and off, obviously in the middle there, and automatic. When it's set in automatic, if you have a tool plugged in and you hit the switch on the tool, it will turn on. We'll do that here in a second. I got a little board there we can hit with the sander. It has also variable suction, which is fairly important if you're sanding anything that's going to be having a finish applied where you'll see swirls and that type of thing. A lot of people's issues with Festool sanders is due to not understanding this little knob here on their vac. Or if you're running it with a vac that doesn't have an adjustable suction and it's just too much all the time. With a sander and a Festool vac, these have ridiculous suction. So when you turn this up, it will pull so much air through the pad that it will make the pad almost more aggressive than it actually is. So if you're sanding with a 120, that may be too much grit for the pressure you're running on the vacuum. If you're getting swirl marks with a Festool sander, make sure obviously that your pad is clean and everything's good and you don't have paint or something built up on it that's causing it. Then turn your suction down and see if you can find the location where the swirl marks go away. Because that suction pulls that grit into the wood so hard that it'll leave scratches. So turn this down when you're sanding anything with a finished surface like that. So, just to kind of show the vac a little bit with automatic, here's a little piece of some really hard wood, but got some 120 on here. When we turn the tool on, the vacuum will instantly come on as well. There it is. And I've got this turned down. Turn that sander up. That's a 120 on there. If you notice, I know we're on a white table and you're a little ways away, but we don't have dust on our area from sanding. But I'm also not running this suction all the way up either. I'm somewhere around half and it pulls really well. With this vac also, unlike the larger ones have the ports in the front. I've got my CT36 sitting over there. They have a port in the front with blast gates and whatnot. This one, your hose actually has a right angle on it, and it goes in the top here. So I don't know how much this may cost you in suction. This thing has amazing suction even with it. So the way it's designed, that's the only way you can really get the hose and everything to wrap up in here. Turn that to the side, wrap in, hose all and wires all go inside this unit. I usually carry the Festool D27, bunch of other stuff, RS Plus kit, which is basically the compact cleaning set. This set has everything they could possibly fit into a Sys1 to attach to this vac. When we're using that, we'll disconnect this sander here to kind of show that a little bit. Get untangled here. They have a fitting here that will fit your larger 36 or your larger hoses, or this one will slide all the way inside it. On this fitting too, you have an adjustable air gate, so you can, I believe there's three holes on each side, so you can set anywhere in between there to reduce your suction at the head of the unit if it's pulling too hard, pulling the head to the floor, which can happen with some of these units. Then all of these little fittings go on just one after another, just like any other vac. Kind of even like your little shop vac fittings, they're kind of similar that way. And you can put your head right here on the end, and do it correctly, and you can have your little floor sweep right there. And it's a fairly solid little deal. You turn your vac to manual. You have your suction there, but you can release air right here. If you can hear that change, the more air you release here, the less suction is at the floor, obviously. But with this too, they give you this little head. It has fittings in it that pop out. You have little pops right here on the end, and you can pop out, well, if I can do it right here, these little heads like that. And this one has the brushes that I have in it. They have a brushed one, a hard surface one that just has channels each direction for dirt, and they have a wet surface one if you're trying to pick up water. These are wet vacs also. If you take those bags out of them, reroute it, it'll run as a wet vac. So I've never run mine as that, although I imagine they'd be pretty good at it. This is one of my main little cleaning tools here too. It's got a hard surface on the front with a brush on the back. This works nice for cleaning up your workshop benches and everything. But probably my most used tool out of this little set would be the crevice tool, Festool's crevice tool. It'll go on any of these as well, but stick it right. If you're worried about adjustable suction, you can just stick it there and you can still have your little hand deal for cleaning. You know, you could even clean out your car with it, but it's nice. Get inside the planers and everything down in your table saw, clean it out. But that will also, all these little fittings here will fit by themselves right onto the rubber end of the hose. So you can stick that crevice tool right there if you want to, and just have your normal little cleanup right there on your workbench. Not any onboard storage for tools, but if you put these in their sustainer, fortunately Festool's nice enough to give you a picture in here of how you need to put them all, because they pack so much in this particular kit that if you don't put these back exactly the way they intended you to, or very close, if you notice there, you will have a lot of trouble closing your sustainer. But there it is. And these, the Midi does accept the old style sustainers and the new T-locks. And if I can figure it out here, if I don't have something in my way, drops right down in there, locked to the vac, and you can pick your vac up with your sustainer there. This one just has two casters on the front, two straight wheels on the back. So for my smaller one, I like to run with the little Sys dolly, the Sys cart. So I have 4 casters, and it follows me easier if I'm doing little bitty finish work in a house. This is probably my most used vac. I've run this pretty hard for 4 or 5 years now. It's been great. It's done a lot of everything from sanding whole floors to stripping paint off of houses, lead paint, everything. Good little vacuum. Gone through a lot of bags. Treat it well, and apparently they'll last you a right good while. A lot of times this vac has even seen days where it'll run 6 to 8 hours without being turned off. You know, just the way it is when you're on a construction site. That's what most of my videos are. These are tools I use every day. I don't get anything that I use on my videos for free. These are all ones I bought with my own money and I use every day at work. But hopefully this video came out a little bit better with the audio, video, everything here in the shop. Let me know what you think on that as well. And we'll be back with another video in a few days. Hopefully get a few more things together here in the shop. You can kind of see we've gotten a little more done, but got a long way to go still with dust collection, routing, and everything through the ceiling. But thanks for being here. If you like these videos, don't forget to like, subscribe. Give me a comment if there's something you've seen in one of my videos you'd like me to talk about or do another video piece on. I'd be happy to. And doing this for fun at this point, so happy to be here. We'll check out y'all on the next one. See ya.